before.
If you look at the issue relating to Vormawor,
yeah,
it's like my friends from the opposing side had a premeditated mind. Because for me, once a decision is taken to render apology for what he was responsible, we only have to take the apology. But democratic dispensation, I can't take that particular decision and say that was all. So I open up to take one comment from both sides.
Yeah.
The comment should not be a way of trying to cross-examine the person, because assuming I have offended you and I appear before you to say that what I have done is not good, so I'm here to apologize to you. Do you go into the merit of the matter? Do you really go into the merit of the matter?
So you think that was that was what the speaker was complaining about?
Yes.
I see.
You don't go into the merit of the matter. Do you understand? And one, it's unfortunate if a lawyer makes reference to his notes in order to defend a client. Why would you ask that the lawyer should table that communication?
Did you even need to stop the vetting to hear this matter of Vormawor? Because people are written about everywhere.
Members are of the view that what is it that every parliamentary cycle, when appointment committees are put in place, the committee is tagged with corruption.
So you agree with them to stop everything for the whole of Wednesday
what will happen
to hear Vormawor for 45 minutes?
The integrity of the members of parliament were at stake. So that integrity of the members of parliament must be cleared.
But do you have to stop the vetting to do that? Do you have to stop? If the vetting is that serious, do you have to stop the vetting for a whole day to establish in 1 hour whether... I mean, seriously.
Well, you see, when you ask somebody to appear before you and provide evidence to substantiate an issue, you can predict the length of time that the person will take to substantiate the
Was
issue.
it not just grandstanding?
Because
you yourself have said he should appear
assuming he has not come before the committee
privileges committee.
Assuming he has not come to say that I want to render apology, I have A, B, C, D reasons that has informed my comment. Then the matter would have been referred to privileges.
So what if tomorrow morning somebody writes again about the committee? Are you going to stop?
We'll still deal with that particular issue.
In the same manner?
Well, as a committee, we'll have to take a decision as to the manner.
In retrospect, was it a good use of time?
Which we should
because it was that Wednesday problem that led to the Thursday package.
Yes, I agree.
So did the committee exercise good judgment? Because you looked angry, and it means that you were reacting emotionally.
Because your integrity has not been affected, you can sit out there and judge the committee as to whether they have.
People insult me every day. I don't stop my program to deal with it.
No, this one is a different thing altogether.
Is it?
You know, corruption is a crime.
But he who alleges must prove.
Yes.
And you are not a court.
So if he who alleges must prove.
So do you stop your work because somebody alleged?
But you see,
people allege every day. Even in your constituency, don't people insult you?
Let me tell you.
Do you stop your work as MP to go and deal with them?
Let me tell you, this is not a constituency insults. In fact, the way we even treat MPs in this country is not the best. We feel because I have voted for you, I can say anything against you and get away with it. It's not in developed countries like that. It is not in a developed country.
So how did the hearing change the perception?
Well, if I have said something against you and I'm given the opportunity to substantiate it, and I say I don't have the basis for making that statement, therefore I'm here to apologize.
He actually said the second statement was not even his statement.
Yes, he said it was not his statement.
But why couldn't people establish whether he made the statement before you even invited him? Because the second statement was more serious. I actually think you invited him because of the second statement.
Yes.
Because the first statement wasn't that wild.
Both statements. Now, having looked at that particular statement, how will you be able to establish that it's not coming from him when his picture is there, holding a microphone talking with my picture?
But people do fake news every day.
Yes, once it is a fake news, you just said that he who alleges must attempt to prove.
Yeah.
So the presumption is that this statement is emanating from him until he comes to say that this one is fake news. And this is what I have done to show that it is.
We're talking to Bernard Ahiafor, who is the MP for Akachi South. And is Doajaho your mentor? Because he was the MP for, I think, Ahiafor, which was split into Akachi North and South. And he was a lawyer. And he was a leader and then a speaker. What's your relationship with him?
Oh, I have a good relationship with him.
Hey, is that all?
Yes.
Is he your mentor?
Anybody who lived a life that is worthy deserves humility. So the person is your mentor.
No, it doesn't work like that. There are so many people who have lived good life. They are not my mentors.
No. To me, that is it. So if he's been a member of parliament, he's been a first deputy speaker, he has been a speaker, and he delivered his parliamentary responsibilities very well. Well, why wouldn't I want to mimic?
Do you talk to him regularly?
Not very regularly, but.
But you replaced him, right?
Yes, I replaced him.
With his blessing, obviously.
When he became a speaker of parliament, I had a window of 30 days to contest the election.
Were you interested in politics at the time? Because I think you were working in some insurance company.
Yes. I was the head of legal and claims department of Star Assurance Company Limited. You know, everybody I say is a political animal. He who is not is a beast. So, I am a political. Did
you study political science? Because you like quoting, you quoted Montesquieu earlier today.
Yes.
And now I think you are quoting Hobbes or somebody.
Yes.
Everybody's a political animal.
Yes. So, in my first and second year, I did political science.
At Legon?
Yes, at Legon.
Lectured by who? Did Okwe teach you?
Yes, Okwe taught me.
What about Dra?
Professor Aye taught me.
Achu Aye also taught you?
Yes, Achu Aye taught me.
So you went through all those three?
Me, yes.
So Okwe was your lecturer and your speaker?
Yes, he was my lecturer and became my speaker.
So you like quoting Hobbes, Montesquieu. Some people think you shout too much during the committee hearings. Like, ask another question, keep quiet. It's like were you having a headmaster before?
No, I haven't been a headmaster.
Have you been a teacher before?
I've been a teacher before, but I haven't been
was it
a
people
teacher
teacher
before. Yes, people.
Because the way you shout, only teachers shout like that.
After my university education, I taught at Kimbu Secondary Technical School when I was.
And the boys were troublesome.
If shouting is how to bring the troublesome people down.
Were you using cane in those days?
Not really.
Because people have you been told that you shout a lot?
Well, it's not a matter of shouting, but sometimes you sit down there, you don't expect a member to behave in a particular way, and the member put up that particular behavior.
Shocks you?
Yes. Because, you see, the rudiment of the game is that before you speak into the microphone, you need to catch the eye of the speaker or the chairman. But without that, you put on the microphone and start speaking.
Is it?
When you don't have
do they put on the mic out of ignorance or malice?
I don't know.
Because there was a particular time all the mics were on one side.
Yes, that time I can attest to the fact that minority leader asked his side to put on the microphone.
He asked his side to put on all the mics.
All the microphone. And by putting on all the microphone, the nominee's microphone will not work, my own will not work, in an attempt to disrupt.
So these are communist or inferior tactics?
Yes.
And you allowed him?
Well, when such a thing happens, what will you do?
Show him where the power lies.
You have to be the person.
You can reprimand him. You can walk him out.
You see?
You can decide to punish him by saying, I won't take questions from your side because you are disrupting the process.
It doesn't work that way.
Why doesn't it work that way?
For me, as a minority leader and a ranking member, and I'm the chairman of the committee, we need to live by example. So I waited after the proceedings has ended. Then I walked to him that today you did A, B, C, D. I don't think that is the way we should go. So I wouldn't want that.
Some people think he's outwitting you with his disruption, his style. He's outwitting you.
If somebody has a disruptive style and you also want to be combative, it is the people being vetted that suffers. So I cited an example today that I resisted so many invitations for me to go and fight in my father's farm, knowing very well that it is the crop of my father in the farm that will suffer. So I better don't engage in a fight with anybody in the farm belonging to my father, knowing very well that the crops.
So you see those invitations,
So
those disruptions,
I
as
resisted them.
invitations to delay the process.
Yeah, to delay the process.
So for you,
and I have to resist them using a tolerance approach. So that's where somebody said
tolerance.
Yes, that's where somebody said there are so many ways of killing a cat. I have the responsibility of ensuring that the people are vetted and vetted within a record time. So that has been my primary motive. So any attempt which will lead to a disruption. I was telling people today that some of the questions that needed to be disallowed, I allowed it simply because in my own wisdom, the argument to be placed, the debate that will go into disallowing the question, if I allow the witness to answer the question, I will save myself a lot of time.
Let me read some comments for you.
Yes.
Ahmed Issa, given the happenings of last week, does he intend to change the way he handles the committee going forward? That is, stamp his authority on the members, most especially the ranking member from the minority side. Zakaria Rahman, why is he allowing the minority leader to be dictating the tempo of the vetting committee? Otega Godwin, Bernard, please ask him why he hasn't made use of his powers as a committee chair to limit opinion markings, many questions, and protect quote-unquote nominees. Titus Anungu, please ask him why he doesn't ask the nominees questions too. I think the first two questions are similar. You are letting a ranking member do what he likes. He's dictating the tempo of the vetting. You are not limiting him. You are not protecting nominees. These are questions coming from
You know
social
my
media.
answer to them. I always maintain that as a chairman of the committee, I know what probably they do not know. And all my decisions at the vetting committee was from an informed point of view. So on daily basis, things do happen. And as a leader, it's not everything that you can put in a public domain to justify your action. But the end results will prove to them whether you are a man of integrity or you're not a man of integrity. So being result-oriented, I know they can vilify me today, but tomorrow I will emerge victorious. After I've been able to do what I am supposed to do within the time frame.
You quoted Matthew or John that Jesus said, I think John 13, verse 4 or so, that what I'm doing you will not understand.
Yes, today.
But you understand.
Tomorrow.
So that's what you're trying to say.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm trying to say.